Raquel. I can say
Raquel.
her. Raquel, thank you. My first Canadian accent.
Hello, guys, one more time, and welcome to Ring Royalty. My name is Alexis, as you already know, and today Alex Ann is back in the house, and this time for a top five. How are you feeling?
Being sick sucks, though. It is
Totally.
what it is. And it's going to be like that for the rest of my life, so I better buckle up and deal with it.
Oh
So,
God, let's embrace it at least.
yeah.
So, we're here today to talk about our top five women who deserve a push in 2022. 2021 is about to end, thank God. And we're looking forward to see what is going to happen next year. And we have our picks.
The beauty of wrestling. There's different things for everybody.
That is completely true. So, without any further to say, let's start.
So for my number five, I have Dana Brooke. She might not be the most popular pick in this video, probably.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't care about her. I feel like she hasn't had the chance to shine mostly. She's like on Superstar, she's jobbing 2 minutes match. She's being used as a jobber, but I feel like she deserved better because her NXT run was good. And I feel like ever since she's been on the main roster, she had her spotlight every once in a while, but not as much as she deserves. Or she wins on like Superstar or Main Event, whatever the show that nobody watches.
Do you see her as a top star?
Well, I don't see her winning the belt, but I feel like she could have good feuds with them.
Okay, so chasing the title, but maybe not winning it yet.
Yeah.
I think Dana was very unlucky. Emma and her were brought to the main roster, and Emma got injured. Charlotte was drafted to SmackDown, so she was alone again. And recently, when she was teaming up with Mandy, Mandy was sent to NXT, and she was alone again.
She was supposed to have like a tag team title match. I feel like that could have been a good title for her, and probably the only title she's ever gonna hold, sadly. A bit like Tamina. Could have had something like that.
So hopefully next year she would at least have the chance to chase a championship. We will see. And when it comes to my number five, well, I am choosing someone that has been drafted to SmackDown recently, and that's gonna be Aaliyah. Fan favorite for many people, even though she has never had the spotlight. She's the only woman ever to be over 5 years in NXT in the developmental brand and never really shine as a singles competitor nor as a tag team competitor. Now that she has been drafted to the main roster, maybe this is just the start of something great for Aaliyah. The opportunity that maybe she deserves or she needs to showcase to everyone that she's a good performer. I don't think she's the best wrestler, the same that you mentioned with Dana, but I would say Ali is very charismatic. She can deliver promos. The thing is, we barely hear from her because she never has any segments either. I think 2022 could be a great year for Aaliyah if WWE gives her the chance on SmackDown.
Being charismatic, I feel, at least for me, it's even more important, I feel, in wrestling than being a good wrestler. Because you could be the best wrestler in the world, but if you can cut a promo or just like people don't identify themselves to you, like people are not going to bother with you. Perhaps finally she's being on the main roster. It's new people that she's mostly never faced. It's a new chance to establish herself because I feel like people who watch NXT aren't always the same who watch the main roster. Growing in front of a new audience, perhaps. Hopefully, like you said, it's going to give her a breath of fresh air that she needs, and she deserves. So, at number four, we're heading to AEW, and I will go with Dark Order member Anna Jay. The reason why I did not put her higher on my list is because I feel like she's still young. She's like 23 of age. She has, compared to every other woman on the list, she's still young, but I feel like she has that star power to her to be a top star in AEW. Is she the best wrestler on the division? Nope. But if you watch the first match she had there to the last one she had, the evolution is insane. She's gonna be at the top of the division someday, and I like to see her get that spot now. I feel like she would have gone in earlier, but with her injury, maybe taken from her. But I know she has that star babyface power.
Okay. Would you say 2022 is Anna Jay's year, though?
I hope so, especially now that they have second women's title. It gives more chance because they have a lot of good women.
With the introduction of this secondary title, I can totally see Anna Jay having title matches and even a title reign. Maybe not as AEW World Women's Champion, but as the TBS Champion, this mid-card championship. I can totally see it. I don't know anything about her, but I like her. So that's something that a lot of wrestlers can get. So let's stay in AEW for my number 4, because I am choosing Avadon. Such a beautiful creature in my number 4. I really like Avadon's character, and her moveset is also very unique because she has this aggressive style, let's say not traditional wrestling, but it works because of her character. I am a bit upset that they haven't capitalized on Avadon's uniqueness and put her more on either Dynamite or Rampage, which are the TV shows on AEW, and she has remained on Dark and Elevation, which are YouTube shows. I know they still count the victories there for the rankings and everything, but it's not the same wrestling like for YouTube than wrestling for, national TV. So I would definitely see Avadon getting that spotlight right on her if she gets the chance to be on TV.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. A bit like Anna Jay, the fact that there's another title coming up, I feel like it's gonna put some exposure on her. Like you said, she's so unique. She's not like Rosemary. She's not like Alexa Bliss, if you want to call monster evil entity. She's different from Stu Young as well. Highly different, and I think it works.
They should capitalize because AEW is not that PG, I'm not sure, like WWE. They have the chance to do so many things with Avadon, like go overboard because they have no restrictions, sort of, but they are not doing that. So hopefully 2022 changes Avadon's career path in AEW.
At number 3, we're going to the NXT brand with Ember Moon. So much hope when they send her back down to NXT.
Yeah.
And I know there was an injury at some point somewhere, but her first NXT run was like so good.
Yeah.
Brought her to the main roster, did something for 2 weeks. The way they do with everybody. Send her back to NXT, and I thought that finally she was gonna get a chance to showcase how good she is. That didn't last long. I feel like she had that tag team title reign with Shotzi. So I hope, especially since they've brought a lot of NXT girl on the main roster, that it's going to give her a spot to fight for a title.
I think they are turning her heel very soon. I am not sure if that would actually give her the chance to be a high-profile superstar, or it would just be a random change that wouldn't matter in the end.
Did they really lose anything trying it? And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but the fact that Mandy's going in the title picture in NXT, and
people are gonna come for you.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people love Mandy. I just don't. That's just my opinion. Don't murder me. Don't kill me.
I don't think they would murder you, but at least Ember Moon stands would be proud of what you just said.
Yeah.
For my number 3, I am choosing someone that is currently getting a push, sort of, and I am hoping they go full force with a push in 2022. And that is Selina Vega. Selina Vega is such a great talker, and I think she's a way better wrestler than people give her credit for, especially because most people that watch WWE haven't really watched other promotions before to realize how good of a wrestler she is. And the fact that she's a good seller as well, it's like a blessing but a curse at the same time. Because she is so good at being a heel that they are using Selina mostly as an enhancement talent to make others look good, despite she's just losing and losing matches each and every week. Now with the Queen's Crown tournament, that's something surprising to me. I expected her to be out on the first round. And I think they're doing things right, but I just hope they don't drop the ball soon and give her even a bigger push in 2022. Not saying that she's going to become world champion, but at least be in the conversation of a championship match.
Like we said for other women before, she's charismatic and she can talk. Bonus points for her. She's a better wrestler than they showcase. In 2 minutes, you can build a story, you can build a character, you can do shit in 2 minutes. So let's hope 2022 will give more chance to more, I don't want to say more deserving people because I feel like it's rude.
But to newer faces.
To newer faces who deserve it.
Okay, I like it.
I am staying in NXT for number 2 and I'm gonna go with Dakota Kai. She was always behind girls like Candice, and I was hoping when she faced her former partner Raquel. Raquel, thank you. My French Canadian accent just. So Raquel Gonzalez, I feel like she could have and should have taken the belt from her. She's kind of gone now. I'm not sure where she is, but when she returns, that she goes back for that main event spot in the women division like she should be.
Do you want her to return to NXT, or would you prefer to see her on the main roster?
I'm gonna say NXT because I feel on the main roster they have so many people that she's just gonna go into catering with the rest of them. Okay. So I feel like she has unfinished business on NXT. So I feel it makes more sense, at least to me, that she goes back there.
Okay. Probably the most uncertain future of all the women we have mentioned so far. She's a good character. She moved from this weak, naive girl, like very innocent, to a very vindictive heel. And then she just kind of fell flat and as a sidekick of Raquel Gonzalez. Even though it was supposed to be the other way around, Raquel was supposed to be like the bodyguard. I agree that maybe she should go back to NXT for one more title match because the main roster picture is very crowded and she might become a champion of catering if she goes there.
There's a lot of contender for that spot, champion of catering.
For my number 2, I am moving to SmackDown one more time and I'm choosing Toni Storm. One of the biggest stars from NXT UK, one of the best exports from Australia, has been wasted for a while now. Coming from the I Quit match in NXT UK against Kaylee Ray to her NXT run, there was definitely a downgrade there. She was part of the War Games match where she turned heel on Ember just to be part of the heel team there, but she never got anywhere after turning heel. She had a couple title matches against EO, but the build-up wasn't that great. It wasn't that memorable. Then she had some random feuds with newer people like Zoe Stark, randomly brought to SmackDown, and she hasn't done anything there either. They are basically keeping her in catering, another contender for the catering champion. Not sure why they're wasting Toni Storm because people can identify with her because she's kind of like the cool chick on the block. She lost the Queen's Crown tournament on the first round against Selina, and I don't really see any plans for her.
There's no top babyface on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And she's still young, Toni, so they have time to build her and make her the top babyface, who perhaps at the end of 2022, early 2023, she could be a top contender for a belt at some point.
Yeah, I can totally see that. I can totally see that.
If given the chance, she can take the ball and run with it.
Before we talk about our number 1s, we need to have the honorable mentions out there. So I'll let you start. Who's your honorable mention?
99% people agree with me. I would go with Naomi. Only reason why I did not put her in my list, because unlike the other people we've named and we will name, with maybe the exception of Ember, she had title reigns before.
My honorable mention is not in my list for the same reason, because she's a former champion. And I'm going with Impact's Taylor Wilde. She decided to come out of retirement this year, and even after 10 long-ass years, she can still go. She's agile, she's strong, and she can do exactly what girls that are way younger than her do. She should be showcased properly before she can't deliver good matches or top-notch matches anymore. Alexandre, what's your top pick for 2022 to receive a push?
I'm gonna go back to AEW and I'm gonna go with the Bunny or Ali. She's this interesting, kind of psycho, crazy character, but not like Victoria or not like Sonya or AJ. Psycho, crazy, but
she's unstable. I mean, it doesn't feel like she's trying to be crazy. She just comes across as crazy.
In her face, and just the smile and the creepy. She does the side thing and lick her lip like she's insane and stuff like that. She's someone who deserves more spotlight in the AEW Women's Division. Perhaps the second title is a very good option for her. After that, she could go with the main feud, but the TBS title is something I can absolutely see her winning. Surely, right now, she has feuds going on. She's teaming with Penelope, which they work perfectly together, actually. Perhaps somewhere in the middle of 2022, with the TBS title is something I could see.
I have to admit, I am very surprised AEW hasn't really treated the Bunny as one of the main females in the company, considering she was probably one of the most popular ones that joined the company from the get-go. I don't see Ali winning the inaugural title, but I can definitely see her winning the championship afterwards. I would like to see her maybe getting built the first half 2022 and then having these chasing the title moments the second half of the year.
Yeah, that can make sense, like I said.
For my number one, I am choosing everybody's favorite. I know people would love me for it, unlike some other times that they hate me for my picks. But this time, I'm gonna give people what they want, and that would be Liv Morgan as my top pick. Liv Morgan had so many good moments in 2021, but WWE never capitalized on any of them. She was one of the biggest pops during the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. She was one of the favorites for the Queen's Crown tournament. They screwed her in the Riot Squad because she would always be second filler to Ruby. Then when she was moved to SmackDown, she only had one match during her whole stay there, like over a year. Then she was a singles competitor on Raw, and they put her in that ridiculous storyline with Lana, this lesbian angle sort of that was dropped like not even a month after. Then they reunite the Riot Squad and fire Ruby Riott before they get a championship match. And now she's by herself again. She has been screwed so many times that I cannot even count. And I don't understand what's WWE's mindset with Liv, considering that the fans are behind her. If she had no reaction, I would get it. But fans love Liv Morgan. So it's pointless to me how she hasn't had this big moment or this big title match yet.
They could have done so much on so many occasions and they just never did. Is she the best wrestler? No, I don't think she is.
But has she improved wonders though?
Oh, absolutely. I know people want her to succeed.
Yeah.
What if she wins Money in the Bank in 2022?
Yeah, I could totally see that. But one way or another, she will be champion.
She will be champion. Hopefully it's not gonna be the catering champion.
Oh my god, or the 24/7 champion.
Oh yeah, no.
God no.
We forget about that one.
So this was our top 5 of women who deserve a push in 2022. We are trying to be as positive as our bodies permit us to be because we really want fresher faces to succeed. I think they deserve it. And we had for at least 4 or 5 years, especially in WWE, the same people shining over and over again. So I would say this is the time to give the new faces a chance in the spotlight.
Always fun to talk about wrestling, to talk with you. It's always a blast to be on your channel. So thank you again for having me.
You're very welcome. Once again, I'm gonna leave Alexandre's channel over here. Check her out because, no, one more time, I'm doing it wrong. No, don't check her out. Check her channel out because she does some great content.
Oh, thank you again. I hope you guys enjoy. As always, share your opinion. Be kind to us.
That's so true. Don't forget to comment down below if you agree with our list or if we missed any women that actually deserve a push in 2022. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.